Hi everybody, my name is Rujuta Kumthekar. I am a fourth year student here at Carleton University in Ottawa. I am doing a Bachelor of Global and International Studies and specializing in Media and Communications. Mainly, I chose this program because it is so unique. It's one of its kind in Canada. And I like the fact that it covers a broad range of subjects and has a very large selection of classes, which I find to be good for someone like me who has I'm a little bit indecisive, I'd say, in terms of deciding what I exactly want to be in the future. So I feel like this is really good for someone who maybe wants to experience, multiple facets of this kind of field before deciding what they really want to do in the future. And that could also be seen as a con if you kind of have already an idea of what you want to do. I feel like this course might be a little bit too broad. But I think the specialization aspect of it definitely helps in terms of, getting you to do something a little bit more tuned to your interests as well. So that's what I would say. The culture is helpful, 100% helpful. You ask for help and you will get it. It can be competitive if you'd like, but if you are someone who likes a kind of I wouldn't say low pressure, but obviously just an environment where the main goal is to help each other and to kind of grow together, then this is definitely for you. Moving on to the teaching styles and workloads. Teaching style is broken down into lectures and seminars. So lectures are just your basic prof shows a PowerPoint and you listen for 1, 2, 3 hours. And then seminars, which are smaller class sizes and they're mainly discussion based, which I prefer because you're able to talk to your peers, bounce ideas off each other, talk about your papers, talk about current events, whatever you want to talk about obviously within that course. Which is really cool. I'd say the only kind of fast-paced part of all of this is that it's heavily dependent on current events. So I would definitely recommend staying up to date with the news if you're going to pursue this program, just because those become actually very heavy topics of discussion in those seminars or tutorials going forward. But yeah, no, I think the type of person that this program would work for is someone who wants a kind of large skill set, which is kind of applicable to a wider range of future careers. So if that sounds like you, then consider it for sure. Career-wise, good segue. What sort of things have people gone on to do in this program? From my personal experience, I've seen lots of my peers, older peers, I guess, go on to law school, work for NGOs, nonprofits, various government positions. Grad school is very common, and personally that's the route I will be taking. And there is no specific co-op aspect. However, there is the international experience requirement, which allows you to take up an internship if that's what you choose to do. I would say take all of them. They're all equally important, especially if, again, you're in this program for that broad kind of, knowledge, I guess. Take all of them. Most of them are required anyways, so you kind of don't have a choice. But when you're choosing your electives, definitely get creative. Take some classes that you would never have thought of taking before. It would likely be some of the most interesting classes you've ever taken. But overall, the Begins professors and the comps professors that I've, dealt with, they're all really good. They're qualified for the position. I mean, obviously everyone has some negatives and positives to do with professors, but I think that's just inevitable in university. And I would say overall, good. I live in residence currently, and I have lived in residence for 2 other years as well, and I liked it every year. So the community is super great. The res fellows and the res staff, they do a really good job of kind of bringing the community together, having like weekly events, monthly events, like whatever it may be. Obviously, it's a little bit different this year because of COVID, and it's a little bit limited. However, they've done a really good job of it, and they've continued to do a good job of it even under these circumstances, which is really commendable. Popular campus spots are definitely the library. Obviously, I feel like that's just a big gather spot for people who want to study in groups or silently, whatever you want. The University Center atrium is a really nice big open space. They have like dance practices there. They have, little shows, student-led initiatives. The student government election debates happen there. It's a very happening place, if that's what you like. An outdoor spot would be the academic quad. It's in the center of the academic portion of campus, and it's a nice little outdoor area with lots of seating, so that's nice. Clubs, well, personally, I was part of the Carleton University dance crew, which I really enjoyed because it kind of provided me like a creative outlet during my academics, so it made for a really nice break from my regular routine. I made lots of friends from that as well, so if you're like me and you need that kind of creative outlet, then definitely join something like that. And I would also say get involved with your academic, your society. So the Beacon Student Society, I'm involved with them. Even if you're not on the executive team, then just getting involved, attending the meetings, the volunteering, I feel like that just kind of helps you get more involved in your own program to form those really strong connections, which will take you far. I also went on exchange. I did. It's as a part of the IER, which I mentioned previously. Obviously it was short-lived because COVID. I had to come back early, but nevertheless, I definitely recommend, if you have the opportunity to go on exchange, definitely go. It's this experience that just compares to no other, and you don't understand it until you've been on it. So I would say just take the leap and just do it. But yeah, no, just join clubs, get involved, and friends will come. They'll come naturally. Just be yourself. So this one is important. What support resources are available? So this is, there's lots on campus, literally anything you need, and you can find the support for that. The major one would be the PMC, which is the Paul Menton Center, which is for where you can register students with disabilities. So academic accommodations, physical accommodations, whatever you need, they have probably got something for you there. There is counseling on residence and off residence wherever you need. There's career services where you can talk to about your, potential career path, especially if you're really, really lost on that. Definitely hit them up. There's academic advising, and there's also writing services. So those two obviously kind of speak for themselves in that you can kind of go to them for advice, and the writing services, which is in the library, actually, helps you write better essays and papers, which I actually wish I had taken more advantage of, because I quite honestly didn't, and I feel like that could have really just pushed my paper to the next level. So I would say if that's something you're interested in having a next level essay, then definitely try that out. So there's lots of support and support groups for whatever you may need. Honestly, the advice I would give myself is say yes to more things. I am a very, I think, let's say paranoid person in terms of oh, is this safe? Is this, should I be doing this? And all that. And not to say go out and do drugs, more I would say on along the lines of like go and like experience things, explore the city, go out with friends. Of course, be safe, like party safely, responsibly. And they actually at Carleton they have lots of seminars on that as well, on being responsible and drinking and experimenting with substance use and stuff. So definitely like educate yourself on it first, but then make decisions that you will not, at least hopefully not, regret in the future. So I would say that for sure. Financially, maybe I would say learn to cook if you can. I think I maybe took that piece of advice a little bit too late, just because, well, I'm not a good cook at the moment, but I think there's like a certain level of satisfaction from being able to do that. Plus, you save a lot of money on going out, which I recommend any day of the week if you can. Though don't forget to have fun sometimes. Of course, like, go out with friends if you want to, and reward yourself when it's needed. And self-care, of course, is super key, especially caring for your mental health. Seek the resources if you need it. Talk to your friends, confide in someone. And lastly, what I'll say is if you're moving away from home for university, call your parents. It doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be every week even, but just call them. I'm sure they miss you and they love you and, want what's best for you. So yeah, no, just focus on having fun, being safe, and taking advantage of the resources around you.